look like fun to you? This is what we call a bluegrass jam. Why don't you join us on Play Along with Taborgrass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 8. Play along with Taborgrass. Hello and welcome to another episode of Play Along with Taborgrass. My name is Greg Stone, and each week we learn a new bluegrass song for all of these instruments. I'm holding the guitar here, and we have Steve here on the fiddle, and we have Linda on the mandolin, and we have Elliot over here on the banjo, and keeping us in time and on time is Dee on the bass. And I'd like to take this opportunity again to introduce the Taborgrassers. Hi, Taborgrassers. All right, today's lesson is Bury Me Beneath the Willow. We're going to do that in the key of G today. So get your instruments all ready for the key of G. Just dial them in there. And what we're going to do to start out the show is we're going to we're going to sing the chorus for you, just so you can kind of get an idea of what the song sounds like before we start focusing on other things. So, are we ready? Everybody's voice is ready? Key of G and the chorus. It's going to come in on the 4. Thank you, Steve. That's important. We come in on the 4. I'll give a 4 count first, and then the next 4 count, that'll give us the speed, and then the next 4 count is when we come in. Okay, great. All righty. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so he will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. Great. So that's how that goes. And so the first thing that we want to talk about is we have 2 different approaches between songs and tunes. Now, we've been doing tunes. Tunes are instrumentals on the instrument, and we have music for that. We have written music that you can download on taborgrass.com. For the songs, it's a different approach, because the tunes we have written music, they never change keys, right? Right, Steve? Mainly they're fiddle tunes. And so they stay in...
Once you have perfection, you don't need to change it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. And oftentimes these instrumentals are played in the keys that are easiest to play the tune in, you know, on the instrument. And the instruments don't change. But the songs, we all have different voices. So the songs, like we've said before, the songs all change keys because we all have different... I might want to do Bury Me Beneath the Willow in G, which we are doing today, but Steve might want to sing it in D, or Linda might sing it in E, or Elliot might sing it in G. So we have all these different keys that we do it in. So we need a different approach. We can't just have music, because really, frankly, I'm too lazy to write out the music in all 5 different keys for Bury Me Beneath the Willow. And I don't expect you, again, at home, I don't expect you to memorize all 5, you know, this tune for, I mean, the melody for Bury Me Beneath the Willow in all 5 different keys. So we have a little different system. So the first thing we're going to do here is let's talk about the rhythm and the backup. And let's take a look at what we call our cheat sheet and our chord progression chart, and then we'll come right on back here. Okay, here's our cheat sheet for Bury Me Beneath the Willow. Today we're doing this song in the key of G. So where is G on our cheat sheet? It's right here. Okay, so G is the 1. It is the key of the song. So it's the 1, right? We got the 1 numbered up here. What's the 4 for G? Is C. G, A, B, C is the 4, right? Okay, C. What's the 5? We've got 5 up here. The 5 is D. Okay, so we have 1, 4, 5 right here for G. This is your cheat sheet. But students, again, I want you to memorize your 1, 4, 5 for all of these keys, all 5 of these keys, okay? So we don't have to, in a jam, we don't have to say, okay, it's in the key of G. Okay, where's the 4? Okay, G, A, B, C. Don't want that. We don't have time for that. The song's going to be over by the time you do that. You just need to have that automatically in your DNA, right? Okay, so this is our little cheat sheet, but hopefully we won't use it for very long. In the key of G, G, C, D. Let's go to our chord progression chart now for Bury Me Beneath the Willow. Okay, now we have the chord progression chart for Bury Me Beneath the Willow. We see first of all that we're in 4/4 time, and we've selected today to play it in or sing it in the key of G. So that makes these ones a G, right? Because we're in the key of G. All right, so we have a couple of G's here, 4 counts. Now we go to the 4. If you guys have memorized your 1, 4, 5, the 4 is what? The C, right? So we have a couple of measures of the C. Then we're back to the 1 for a couple of measures. And then we go to the 5. What's the 5 of G? Is the D. Remember from our cheat sheets. So, all right, so in the key of G, we've got it all figured out here. So now the challenge is when do we start all of this, okay? So it's my heart is sad. So heart is the 1. And my is all out there in the middle of nowhere. It's out here, you know, before everything starts. You know, we don't have anything out there, right? It's just in the middle of air. My. Then the rest of the band comes in on the 1 right here. Heart is sad and I, right? So, so what we're going to do is we're going to put my at the end of the chord progression chart, because do you see any measures on this side? No, you don't, right? We're not going to have a fictitious measure there for our my, to put our my. We're going to put my down here. So I'm going to use the second to the last measure here to count. It gives you the cadence, gives you the speed of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, my. Then heart is up here when the rest of the band starts on the 1, right? So that means we come in on the 4, right? Because I came in on the very last beat with my. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, my. Come in on the 4 with my, then we're ready to start our song. Heart is sad and I am lonely. For the only one I love. 5, D there. 1, 2, 3, 4 for every one of those measures. That completes the little dance, I guess. Hey, we're ready to sing Bury Me Beneath the Willow. So now let's do our rhythm backup. First, the guitars come in on the 1 and 3 beat in this fashion. We always play the root note first of the chord, just a single note, and then the second beat is the strum. And then the third beat is the alternate bass note, and then the fourth beat is a strum. In this fashion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the bass does the same thing. We'll have D also on the bass. We're on the 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now all the other instruments do a little chop or a strum on the 2 and 4. 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, that's a good bluegrass rhythm. And again, we want to keep those nice and clean, those chops really nice and clean, the strums really nice and clean, and the notes very nice and clean, so we stay out of the lead person's way. So now, let's get back to the lead. Now again, we have different approaches. We don't have the written music. We have to do this by ear, and don't let that scare you, okay? Because we've got an approach to do this. It's a very nice approach. The melody is always, the melody in the major, we're in the G major key of G major, and the melody is always in the scale. If we play the G major scale, all the melody notes to Bury Me Beneath the Willow are going to be in that scale. So the first step, when you hear this, when someone in a jam calls "Bury Me Beneath the Willow" and it's in the key, they say the key of G, the first thing to do is just kind of review that G scale. And then we're going to do that right now. And you can, again, you can download the scales on taborgrass.com under scores and tutorials, scores and lyrics, in our resources. So let's do this as a group right now, and you follow at home, please, on your instrument of choice. The G scale, I'll give 1/4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's very nice. Let's try that again, the G scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now let's go to another octave. Okay, we're in the G scale. Let's go to a higher octave or a lower octave, depending on where you just were, and let's practice it there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. The octave that's different, the alternate octave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now, so choose the octave that's the easiest one for you to play on the instrument. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to give these notes, the degrees of the scale, we're going to give them numbers. And the reason we do that, the reason we go through the trouble of giving them numbers, is because once we give them numbers, we can change the keys. Because it's the same number, it will be the same numbers as in the key of G, as in the key of D, or as in the key of E, or as in the key of whatever key you're in over there. Okay, so
This is his key finally.
it is. We finally get to your key, Elliot. So let's give them numbers. And the way we do numbers is we start with the 1 as the one number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Or 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Back to the 1. And that's a little high for my voice, but it's kind of nice for the guitar, though. So anyway, that's probably the scale that I will choose for my melody. So let's get the start phrase. Let's write down some numbers on our sheet music for the start phrase. So bury me beneath the willow. Oh, oh, bury me beneath the willow. Boy, that's awfully low. Oh, bury me beneath the willow. Okay. Oh, bury me. Ear. Oh, bury me. Let's all try and find those notes. Oh, bury me. Find them on your instrument. Find those on your instrument. Let's do it on our own. Oh, 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 bury me. Oh, bury me. So what are those notes? Let's give them numbers. Well, let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, bear. So we go right to the 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's the 3 is the O. Bear is the 5. 6, 5. Bury me. So what is it again? O is the 1, 2, 3. 3, 5. 6, 5. So let's write those numbers down, because when we change keys, those numbers don't change, and we just go the scale of whatever key that the song is in. We just play the scale and play those same numbers. Okay, so What is it? What are those numbers again? 3, 5, 6, 5. So just write down 3, 5, 6, 5 on your music, on your lyrics, so you know the first starting phrase. Now also we need to know the range. So let's find our range. In other words, the highest notes that we're going to go for our lead. Okay. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree. Da, 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 da. I think we've already hit our high note. Is way up there on the 6. Okay, so we've already hit so we've already got our range, okay, and everything kind of goes down from there. So we have the range, we have the first phrase, and I'm sorry to say, but that's all you're going to get. Well, there's one more thing, when to come in. Okay, that's another number. Okay, so we need to figure out when we come in on this song. Where's the 1? That's the first thing we have to find out. What word is the 1? When the 1 is when the rest of the band comes in, right? Oh, bury me. So we've got O out there in the middle of space, right? Oh, bury me. So where do we put that O? Well, that O is what we call a pickup note, because very rarely, like I've said before, very rarely does the melody come in on the 1. It usually comes in before the 1. In this case, we've only got one little O out there, okay? So that's the 4 beat if we're counting backwards. If bury is the 1, bury me is the 1, then we have to go backwards, and so that makes O the 4. So when I count in, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to give you the speed of the song. And then the second 4 count is when to come in. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, oh, bear. Then we're all set. And that's a very polite thing to do when you're leading a song in a jam, to count it out so everybody comes in at the same time, like we're going to do right here. So what I want to do here is, at this juncture, is give a demonstration on all the different instruments for just the lead. And we're going to demonstrate on our instruments one after another. I'll go first, and then it'll be Steve, and then we'll have Linda on the mandolin demonstrate the mandolin, and then we'll have Elliot demonstrate the banjo. And then after we're done with our demonstrations of the lead, we're going to sing the chorus again, and we're going to get those voices out. Now it's very important, again, we're learning a lot about the notes on the instrument right here. That's a lot of practice going on there. But also singing too. You want to listen to these recordings and listen to what the voices are doing as well, and listen to the harmonies, because the harmony and the voice is really where bluegrass starts, is with the singing. But we're working with the instruments right now today. But get out your harmonies, get out your voices, because we're going to sing right after Elliot's demonstration. We'll sing the chorus, then we'll sing the first verse, which is my heart is sad. I got sad, but I wasn't thinking of my heart. Okay, my heart. I should be thinking of my heart. My heart is sad. Okay, so we're going to sing that verse, which is the first verse, and then we're going to go back to the chorus, singing that. We're getting our voices, and please sing harmony if you at home, if you're so inspired, and for all of us in the studio here, sing harmony if you're so inspired. Once we get done with that, we'll go back to our leads. We'll do what we call an all skate, which means everybody plays the melody on their instruments at the same time. And then I'll play the rhythm, and Dee and I will hold down the rhythm to back you up. So do we have that straight? We'll do our demonstrations. After Elliot's done with his demonstration, we'll sing the chorus, then the first verse, then the chorus again, and then we'll do all skate with our leads. And that'll be our exercise for today. Bury me beneath the willow in the key of G. Are we ready? I'm gonna demonstrate first, and I'll also do. I'm doing everything here. Wait a minute. That's okay. Anyway, okay. Wrap it up. All right. Let me get my start notes. It's always good to get your start notes before you actually start. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Steve's demonstration. Linda on the mandolin. Elliot on the banjo. Let's all sing now, the chorus. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so he will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. My heart is sad and I am lonely for the only one I love. When will I see her? Oh, no, never, till we meet in heaven above. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. Next week we'll be doing Old Joe Clark. Let's play our melody, All Skate. So join us next week when we'll be doing Old Joe Clark. Thanks so much, folks, for tuning in to Play Along with Taborgrass. We'll see you. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. All skate again.
Bye.